Another biopic, yes please, especially one involving a British sports person. Yes, welcome to another movie review. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week and then movie reviews just like this one here at the weekend. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above in case you're looking for something to watch or stream this weekend. Yes, I went to see The Phantom of the Open. Very appropriately, this film is about Maurice Flitcroft, and Maurice Flitcroft is from Barrow-in-Furness in Cumbria in the Lake District. And as I say, very appropriately, I saw this one at one of my favourite indie cinemas in Ambleside in the Lake District. And it was such a pleasure to go and see this one in a sort of local atmosphere, in a smaller cinema, not a multiplex, not on like a Saturday afternoon when everyone else was watching. Yeah, it was quite a full cinema and it was full of people laughing along with the movie, and that just gave the movie just the atmosphere oomph that it needed. It was a British film with a British audience, like a local audience to the person that the film is talking about and the setting of the film as well. And I just loved that. I mean, it wasn't quite as good as when I saw Peter Rabbit in that same movie theatre, and the cinema itself was in the film as I was watching it. That's a cool one. I'll leave that review linked up above. It told me that was the last time that I checked into that cinema as well as I checked in on Swarm. That was very funny. But yes, it follows Maurice Flitcroft, who decided to take part in the British Open. Now, I don't watch golf. I've never seen the British Open. I've spent a lot of time at St Andrews, and I like the sort of areas where you have the Scottish golf courses, but not into golf. However, this film is about an amateur. He finds out he might be losing his job as a crane operator at the shipyard in Barrow, and so he decides to go and enter the British Open. And this is based on a true story. I almost can't believe that it's based on a true story, and it was just delightful watching it unfold and watching it happen and going, this didn't really happen in real life, did it? Did it really happen in real life? Also, the part that happened in real life that just adds an extra element of like disbelief, an extra element of comedy, is the fact that Maurice marries a woman played by Sally Hawkins. I think that's her surname. I always forget her surname. It's terrible. And she was absolutely fantastic in the film. But she already has a son. The son gets involved in engineering and the shipyards, and he ends up being Maurice's boss. So we've got that element of like, okay, small town, could definitely see it happening. However, then they have twins, and the twins become disco dancing twins, disco dancing championship winning twins. Like, they go on tour with their disco dancing, and that just added a whole extra element to the film. It's one of the parts of the film that I loved most, and it's so hard to believe that it's real, but it is real. And that was just like mind-blowing, just completely mind-blowing. So Mark Rylance plays Maurice Flitcroft, and they talk in the film about the fact that he has new teeth. They put that down as his handicap, his false teeth, but I don't know if they actually like had to sort of write that in as an extra thing because Mark Rylance had to put these false teeth in to be Maurice Flitcroft. I'm not sure, but his teeth definitely were part of the character. Definitely. You got Rhys Ifans playing the like Scottish head of the like golfing Open Championship committee thing. Fantastic in that role. And then yeah, Sally Hawkins is wonderful as his wife. You've got his Welsh friend who I recognise from Stella, but he's also been in Star Wars, which was fun. I'm not sure of his actor name, but he was fabulous in it as Maurice's friend who, you know, gets him some new golf shoes and some new golf clubs, and he knows a friend down the market. we know they're stolen. Morris doesn't know they're stolen because Morris is an internal optimist. And that, I think, is one of the elements that makes this film so lovely, is just how pure and sweet and positive and genuine Morris is. He's so in love with his wife. He would do anything for his family. He would do anything for his friends. And I think that that is just like part of what made the film so like feel good and so upbeat and positive and optimistic. I think because of that, of all that. And yeah, it was just very, very funny. Even though it's based on a true story, my parents, who would have been around at the time, saw it with me, and they don't remember necessarily all of it happening. And there was people in the audience who were like, oh, I don't remember it that way, or I didn't remember that happening, or I can't believe you did that. And so that's always interesting when it happened in real life and it is all based around fact and based around truth. And the fact that, it was just, this happened, it was covered in the media, it was covered on the news, and he became a bit of an outlaw, got himself a criminal record for trying to do these things. And it's just almost unbelievable. But it was so great to watch, like I say, with the local audience, and an audience that was laughing as well. I think, my experience of British cinema going audiences versus American cinema going audiences, they don't have the same reaction, but this was definitely British humour. I would have been really interested to watch this in a US cinema and see if people were laughing out loud at some of the jokes or not, because I think that would have been a bit of a dividing one. It might have been one where I was the only one laughing. If you have seen my review of Last Christmas, there was a moment there where it was just me laughing out loud at Sue Perkins, and the rest of the very full cinema were just quiet, and there's me like, the English woman in the back laughing her head off. So, should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? As I say, I saw this one with my family. I also took my auntie along to see it, and there was various different ages in the cinema, so I think it is another one of those films that does appeal to multiple audiences. Obviously, it's not a kids' film. You're not going to be able to take the whole family to see it, but if you've got a mixture of like parents and grown-up children, or aunties, or couples that don't necessarily all like the same kind of film, I think it definitely is a crowd pleaser. It could be something that makes for a good afternoon out or a good evening out like we had. Is it necessary to watch this one on the big screen? No, it's not. Watching Sally Hawkins' performance is always amazing. Obviously, she is an Oscar-nominated actress. But yeah, should you pay cinema going money to go and see it? If you're after a nice afternoon out, then absolutely. I think it's a really nice film. There was no violence in it. There was no sex in it. It was just a good time in a wholesome way. Is it necessary to see it on the big screen? No. There are other films that you could pay your cinema going money to go and see that would be more worthwhile in terms of vision and sound, I am sure. But yeah, I really enjoyed it and I do recommend it. If you have seen this one, please do let me know in comments. And as always, if there is something you would like me to go and watch, not necessarily this week because I am moving house this week, but next week, and bring you my review of it here, then do let me know in comments as always. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Do make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you do not miss out on my bookish content I've got coming your way in the week, and next weekend's movie review video that I promise will be more on time than this weekend's movie review video. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you with my next video.